So my name is Anna Combrink. I'm a senior performance strategist here. My contact information is right here. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, send me an email, link me, whatever is easiest for you. I'm happy to help in any way possible. So today we're going to be talking about some of the difficult clients that we may encounter, especially lately with all of the changes we've been going through. I found a couple of different types of difficult clients that tend to umbrella across all of the clients that we work with. This is going to be relevant to external and internal clients, so the clients that you have on your baseline that you're calling regularly, and then also internal being sales. So the first type of difficult client that we deal with is the angry clients. These are the ones that always have a bone to pick. Everything is a fight. They typically don't trust us and are looking for a reason to justify that feeling. So I have some examples that some people from around the floor sent me of some angry clients. They did not ask for Fiverr to be added to their website. They want to hear more excuses. They specifically wanted the ads to be shown to people who were going to enroll in school in 2018. A BA who was unhappy with the speed of the call. So these are just some examples of what you might get from an angry client, all caps, angry questions, or just very blunt subject lines. They tend to be pretty abrasive. So when you're dealing with an angry client, it can be very tempting to get angry back or to put them in their place, try to clap back at them. Don't do that. Remember that it's not personal. They're not taking shots at you as a person. They're just frustrated with the situation, and you happen to be the face of the situation. Try to get to what the root of the problem really is so that you can help resolve the issue and engage in the anger. It's not going to work out. The next type is impatient clients. These are the clients that either don't want to wait for the ramp-up period to be complete, and so they're wanting to know why it's day 2 of the campaign and their phones aren't ringing like crazy, or it's been 5 minutes, you haven't answered their emails, so they're just going to keep sending them over and over and over again until they get the response they're looking for. So some examples of the impatient customers: only gotten 16 calls, they don't know why the program's not working, and then we also have an email asking, why can't we start building the website without a website, or start building an SEM without the website being built? Why are we trying to delay this? So with these, the best thing you can do is to make the expectations clear, reset the expectations as needed. Then we've got the talkative clients. They will either tell you their whole life, everybody's drama, who's hanging out with who's going to prom, or they will start talking about their issue over and over and over again and just going to beat it to death. So with these clients, the best thing to do is to control the conversation, direct it to what the purpose of the call is. If they get stuck in that loop of just bringing the same issue up over and over again, just stick to your answer and stay firm with that. And then very worst case, if you cannot get them out of the loop, totally fine to say, hey, let's table that so I can look into it a little bit further. Then we have the demanding clients, the I want it now. They know exactly what they want, possible or not. They just want to have it done, and they want it done now. So with these, the best example I could find was this client who wanted to see his organic results show up with an extension. We put the code on. We had Google crawl his site, but then we did give him the disclaimer, hey, this is at Google's discretion. It's not in our control, and he did not like that. He wanted it done. He wanted to see it immediately and really struggled to believe that we did not have a say in that. And so with clients like that, you just have to be confident in your answer and be able to understand that it's not about you. They're not mad at you. They just want this done. So with this specific situation, what I ended up doing was finding him a screenshot from the Google Help Center saying that it's not guaranteed to show. It's at Google's discretion, and they don't release how that is determined. But if you look at his emails, he was very determined to get us to find out exactly how that happened. Then we have the indecisive clients. They're the ones that you onboard and they don't know what services they want to target. They don't know what they want their website to look like. They don't know what target areas they want, and they go back and forth for the whole call trying to figure out what they really want. So some general tips with difficult clients: listen, show concern for their problem, act like you really understand and you're going to get it fixed. Follow up with them repeatedly, make sure that they're in the loop. Again, don't take it personally. Control the conversation. Make sure you set realistic expectations. Stay calm. Listen to the concerns. Phrases like, I completely understand your frustration, or I totally get why you're upset, can really go a long way to kind of show that you're on their team and you're working to resolve it. Don't put the blame on anyone. Don't trash talk the previous PS or the BA or whatever department it is that you feel dropped the ball. Try to solve the problem on the first call if possible, and then don't make promises you can't keep. Don't tell them you'll be getting them $1 million credit. So I'm going to tell you a story of Steve, who is a very difficult client. So this is Steve. Steve owns an HVAC company. He wants more business because more business means more time for the activities he loves. But Steve is a very difficult client to work with. So Steve is talkative. His calls typically take about an hour and a half. He's demanding. He doesn't care how impossible the task seems. He just wants it done. He is angry. Situations need to be handled with caution to avoid them being escalated further. He's indecisive. He's constantly going back and forth on what he wants. And so his performance strategist, Paisley, works very hard to keep him calm and happy. So what does Paisley do to help Steve? So we talked about how Steve is very talkative. He can take about an hour and a half for these calls, so Paisley makes sure to schedule out the call for at least an hour. She takes extra care to keep the conversation focused and on topic, and if they cannot spend more than the scheduled time, she lets him know at the start of the call. He's demanding, so she offers alternatives to his requests instead of just saying no. She also elaborates on the why behind any requests that are not possible. She says things like, I'm so sorry, Steve, but we can't do parallelogram targeting in Google. What we could do is target all of the counties in your desired area, or unfortunately, we can't control when Google will show each extension because it's controlled at Google's discretion. He's angry, so Paisley makes it a point to empathize with his frustration and keeps him updated on any outstanding issues. She says things like, Steve, I completely understand your frustration with our software upgrade causing a slight delay in the site edits. Our team has completed all but one of the requested edits and anticipates having the final ones completed by end of day. He's indecisive. He's constantly going back and forth on what he wants. And so Paisley is patient and listens to his concerns about each option and offers her input when appropriate. By doing all of these things, Steve is happy, and so then Paisley is happy, and he is a little bit easier to work with. So that's the end of my presentation. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions or need help with anything, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.